She's back. Caitlin Clark is going to tee it up again at the Annika, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican Pro-Am this November.
Caitlin Clark just inked a jaw-dropping LPGA deal, and let's just say Angel Reese isn't exactly popping champagne. When the news hit, it detonated across the WNBA like someone threw a sparkler into a fireworks factory. Social media exploded, fans went full meltdown mode, and Clark dominated every headline before you could blink. For one player, it's the pinnacle of grind meets gifted. For the other, it's fresh fuel for the emotional roller coaster. Now, here's the hot topic everyone's losing sleep over. Is Angel Reese actually frustrated, or are we witnessing pure, unfiltered jealousy? Because what's unfolding isn't just another scroll-stopping tweet storm. It's a full-blown meltdown, live-streamed for the world to savor.
It's quite amazing for a Wednesday. I mean, there's so many media here from all different sort of media aspects, local news, lots of reporters around that you normally wouldn't see on a Wednesday out here at an LPGA event. All the spectators are all waiting to get their final glimpse of Caitlin, hopefully a final autograph.
Let's paint the picture. Caitlin Clark, the superstar of women's basketball, ratings dynamo, and endorsement magnet, just locked down a full-blown partnership with the LPGA Tour. This isn't a cameo or a casual promo. We're talking a multi-year, headline-grabbing contract. Sources peg it in the millions, packed with brand tie-ins, cross-sport events, and shared marketing rights stretching through 2026. Translation: Clark isn't just the face of the WNBA anymore. She's the undisputed crossover queen of women's sports, exuding excellence, swagger, and dominance across not one, but two pro leagues.
How's it going? You've been seeing Nelly Corda do that over and over again for 6 holes now.
It's just satisfying. The way she hits the ball is just satisfying. It's pretty awesome.
The instant that press release dropped, the sports universe went supernova. Fans were popping virtual confetti, sponsors were grinning ear to ear, and then Angel Reese logged onto Twitter. She didn't drop Clark's name, too strategic for that, but her thumbs had other plans. "I can play golf too," she tweeted, perfectly vague to dodge direct heat, but pointed enough that everyone knew the target. Seconds later, the replies were merciless. Just admit you're jealous of Caitlin Clark and move on. Seriously, who else could it possibly be?
Even just seeing the national media members that have arrived here, the basketball media that's here to cover Caitlin Clark, and what's sure to be a really special day in the women's game tomorrow.
Clark's name is basically a detonator in the WNBA. Every dribble, every dunk, every smile, someone, somewhere, is triggered. And this LPGA deal? It's like tossing a gallon of gasoline onto an already raging fire. Here's the unvarnished truth. Caitlin Clark has earned more in 2 seasons than most players make in a lifetime. Not bragging, just business. She's the walking, talking, cash-printing brand every league dreams about. Her games shatter records. Her name prints checks. She's the superstar marketing execs wet their spreadsheets over. And that, right there, is why Angel Reese can't handle it. While Clark signs multi-million-dollar deals and expands her empire, Reese is stuck on the sidelines, seething that the spotlight keeps skipping her. She's been hustling for a brand built on drama and controversy. Clark? She's building one on results and respect. The contrast? Brutal.
But you're right. I mean, it just puts our tournament in a different limelight and just different excitement. You know, they're streaming the summit today. They'll be streaming the Pro-Am. I mean, things that we haven't seen before. You know, wherever she goes, she's been selling out. So hopefully we'll sell out here too. So we're excited about that.
Let's not sugarcoat it. Reese's career has thrived on attention, not accomplishments. She's the self-styled it girl, grabbing headlines for social media stunts and modeling shoots far more than for what her stat sheet says. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has turned her first 2 seasons into a blueprint for excellence, smashing records, boosting ratings, and now locking in one of the most jaw-dropping cross-sport deals in women's sports history. So when that LPGA contract hit, Reese didn't just shade Clark. She threw a full-blown tantrum, and the timing? Brutal. Reese has been losing momentum both on the court and online, seeing follower engagement slip while Clark keeps owning the cultural conversation. When Clark sneezes, ESPN posts a feature. When Reese complains, the internet collectively rolls its eyes. That's the reality she's staring down, and this deal just slammed the reminder home.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that."
The LPGA recognized what every league secretly knows. Caitlin Clark moves the needle. She sells tickets, drives clicks, and connects with fans in ways that transcend the court. Angel Reese? Not so much. Sure, she might trend for a day, but Clark builds legacies. That's the chasm between a fleeting moment and a full-blown movement, and Reese is painfully aware of it. Now, about the deal itself. Multiple reports peg Clark's LPGA contract at $6 to $8 million over 2 years, complete with endorsement tie-ins like Nike Golf. This isn't just sponsorship cash, it's strategic partnership gold. She'll star in cross-promotional events, run golf clinics, and headline LPGA campaigns celebrating female athletes shattering ceilings. It's the ultimate cocktail of sport and storytelling, something the WNBA is still scrambling to replicate.
Stay for some golf. I never golf this early in the morning. I grew up in Des Moines and I played there a ton. And honestly, I try to get back there as much as I can to play with my family. My dad plays a lot, my older brother plays a lot. And, it's super fun.
So yeah, Caitlin Clark just leveled up into a two-sport marketing juggernaut. You can practically hear Angel Reese grinding her teeth from miles away. And this isn't Clark's first thunder-stealing performance. Remember the WNBA draft? Clark's entrance shattered viewing records while Reese barely registered. Opening week? Clark sold out arenas. Reese was left with empty seats and excuses. The envy isn't new. It's just louder now. The kicker? Clark keeps winning without uttering a single clapback. No subtweets, no public digs, no acknowledgement of the chaos. She stays locked in, working, signing deals, smiling through the storm. That calm makes her even more formidable because every tantrum Reese throws only sharpens the contrast. One athlete is blossoming into a global icon. The other, she's basically an influencer having a very bad day.
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
It's obvious why brands can't get enough of Clark. She's clean, magnetic, and instantly relatable. Parents trust her, kids idolize her, sponsors line up. She's the embodiment of safe, bankable excellence. Angel Reese? She's peak drama, ready on demand. Every appearance teeters on headline territory, usually for all the wrong reasons. And that's the burn for Reese. Deep down, she knows Clark possesses something she can't fake: authenticity. Clark's humility and relentless work ethic aren't a PR stunt, they're genuine. In today's world, authenticity is pure gold. It's why fans snap up her jerseys, networks fight to broadcast her games, and a golf league just handed her a fortune to take her influence even further.
Please, Caitlin. Caitlin, can you please sign in? 24 years. Drive your boy. Caitlin, please. Oh my God.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Caitlin!
Hung in there,
Let's go.
So here's the million-dollar question. Is Angel Reese actually justified in her frustration? Or is she letting jealousy hijack her image in real time? One thing's crystal clear. Caitlin Clark is winning this war without even setting foot on the court. Can Reese even play golf? Or is this just another clout chase? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit all notifications so you never miss a beat.
Well, it goes to show, if you're gonna go at a legend, you better not miss. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust, and she even decided to go after a legend, the legendary Courtney Vandersloot, who, of course, blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season, and she is in the midst of making a comeback. And, of course, Angel Reese made some comments that were none too kind to a legend.
Courtney Vandersloot finally broke her silence, and it wasn't subtle. When a 5-time All-Star and 2-time WNBA champion claps back at Angel Reese, you know the rookie-turned-sophomore drama queen has gone too far. The Chicago Sky locker room isn't just fractured anymore, it's leaking chaos. So here's the real question. Is Reese burning bridges faster than she can build them? Controversy has followed her since LSU, and if her brand is built on stirring the pot, that act is wearing thin. Because when you come at a legend like Vandersloot, you'd better land the punch. And Reese missed badly.
At this point, it's over. That whole Sky Barbie thing, that thing is over. Angel Reese is done in Chicago. They're gonna move on. They have to.
And let's not forget who we're talking about. Courtney Vandersloot isn't some role player you can casually disrespect. She's a 5-time All-Star, 7-time assist leader, and 2-time WNBA champion. Her resume towers over Reese's highlight reels, sideline antics, and Instagram captions combined. Yet Angel Reese is out here questioning Vandersloot's age, durability, and even whether the Sky should trust her return. That's not shade. It's a slap at one of the league's most respected veterans.
The Chicago Sky teammates of Angel Reese, Ariel Atkins, Rachel Banham, Courtney Vandersloot, 3 ladies which were targeted in that hit piece that Angel Reese slid underneath the table. Yeah, they responded. Not only did they respond, but the Chicago Sky responded as well.
So why even go there? Reese hasn't finished 2 full seasons as a pro, while Caitlin Clark, her so-called rival, mostly in Reese's head, is already the centerpiece of the Indiana Fever, pulling a franchise back into relevance and rewriting WNBA history. Reese, meanwhile, seems more focused on stirring drama in her own locker room than showing the kind of leadership anyone hoped for.
We can't rely on Courtney to come back at that age that she's at, Reese said. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. Courtney Vandersloot, by the way, 2-time WNBA champion, 5-time All-Star, 2-time All-WNBA first team, left the New York Liberty, a championship caliber team, to come help out the Chicago.
And here's the kicker. Courtney wasn't asking for sympathy. After tearing her ACL, she's been grinding through rehab, pushing through workouts, and showing nothing but focus in interviews about her comeback. The last thing she needed was a teammate publicly hinting she's washed up. Yet that's exactly what Angel Reese did, not behind closed doors, but on camera. And that's the kind of move that makes veterans lose respect fast, because locker room venting is one thing. Publicly dragging a teammate is how you torch trust overnight.
Can Sky Nation expect to see you back here next year?
Oh, absolutely. You know, contrary to what people say or think, my age is absolutely not a factor. I am coming back. I'm going to come back better than ever because that's what I've done. I put myself in a position to come back and compete even at this age.
Better than ever. Thank you so much, Sloot.
Naturally, Vandersloot didn't let it slide. Asked about her future, she shut it down fast. My age is not a factor. I'm coming back better than ever, boom. Direct shot at Reese. No subtweets, no veiled hints, just a veteran clapping back with facts. She's not done, she's not slowing down, and she's not letting a sophomore hothead write her obituary. Reese wanted smoke, but Vandersloot reminded her who sets the standard.
Angel Reese will be lucky if she has a third of the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. I don't think it was Kennedy Carter that blew that locker room up. I think it was Angel Reese. There, I said it out loud.
Step back and look at the bigger picture. Vandersloot's legacy is secure. She's put in the work, earned the rings, and the respect that comes with them. Reese, meanwhile, is still trying to find her footing, but instead of focusing on growth, she's taking swings at legends whose accomplishments she can't touch. Vandersloot has more championships than Reese has playoff appearances. That's not hype, that's reality.
You can tell it's just some turmoil going on in Chicago right now. And it kind of brings up the question, like, what is going to happen with Angel Reese at this point? I think she's done playing.
And then there's Caitlin Clark. Because like it or not, Reese is always measured against her. Clark takes the same hits but never throws teammates under the bus. And that resilience is why fans love her and sponsors line up. Reese may have hype, but Clark has the leadership gene you can't fake. Then came the suspension fiasco, a half game? That was a joke. And Vandersloot's response exposed both Reese and the Sky's lack of control. Meanwhile, Reese looks like she's talking faster than she's developing, and the contrast couldn't be clearer.
In the beginning of the season, you was missing mad layups. You was shooting like 27% on layups. I saw Ariel Atkins at the podium holding you down. I didn't see none of your teammates going in the media blasting your ass for not being able to make a damn layup. We haven't seen none of your teammates come out and flame you for how you was missing layups back to back to back to back to back. You had like 8 straight games where these dudes won hundreds of thousands of dollars betting that you would miss your first shot. None of your teammates came out and embarrassed you publicly. They held you down and supported you.
Reese's fan base only made things worse, going nuclear online, trashing Vandersloot's career, and pretending rings don't matter. It was childish, and it reflected back on Reese. Because like it or not, a player's fan base becomes part of their brand. Clark's fans lift her up, Reese's drag legends down and cry conspiracy, and that contrast says everything. Vandersloot's clapback, meanwhile, was pure class. No ranting, no theatrics, just calm truth backed by a career that already speaks for itself. She's not done. She's coming back stronger, while Reese looks like she stirred drama for nothing, dragging her own locker room down in the process.
I would be highly surprised if Angel Reese is on the Chicago Sky's roster come the start of the 2026 or the 2027 season. The Chicago Sky, they might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's causing.
Reese talks about wanting better teammates and championships. But what free agent would join a team where the star openly disrespects veterans? Everyone in the league notices dysfunction, and the Sky's laughable half-game suspension only made them look weaker. The WNBA is finally booming with players like Caitlin Clark leading the charge, and the last thing it needs is another divisive star dragging headlines. If Reese doesn't shift her approach, she risks being remembered more for drama than talent. Her future in Chicago now hangs on whether she grows into a leader or becomes a cautionary tale.
It looked like it's happening. Angel Reese is asking out of Chicago already.
Angel Reese officially puts the Chicago Sky on notice. We're not doing the same thing this offseason that we did last offseason. Stop bringing me bums to play with.
Angel Reese told the Chicago Tribune she won't settle for another mediocre season, demanding the Sky bring in the league's best. Bold, right? Except she's leading in turnovers despite missing games, struggles with layups, and just got suspended. Reese wants her teammates replaced, but maybe it's her the Sky should cut loose.
Stop bringing me these players. I want the best of the best. I want the upper echelon.
Angel Reese is fed up. She's tired of the losing. She's tired of being the gum on the bottom of the shoe of the league. She is fed up with the Chicago Sky, and it looks like Angel Reese wants out. It looks like she wants out.
Imagine demanding your teammates be replaced, only to become the one your franchise might dump. That's the corner Angel Reese backed into with her Chicago Tribune comments. She wasn't subtle either. Reese bluntly said she wouldn't settle for another year like this, insisting top talent was non-negotiable. Instead of a franchise star building with her team, she came off more like a brat, ready to gut her roster on record.
Let's see what Angel Reese had to say. I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year. Oh boy. Reese told the Tribune, we have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best, because we can't settle for what we have this year. Overhaul this roster.
That interview didn't just ruffle feathers. It reportedly enraged teammates and vets across the league. A locker room sit-down had to be called just to handle the fallout. That's not chemistry, that's damage control. Imagine being unproven, yet sparking a team meeting over your mouth. That's not leadership, it's dysfunction.
So it's that in multiple lead sources told Front Office Sports that the entire team has seen Angel Reese comments that teammates are unhappy with the direct attacks. A team meeting is planned at which players are expected to address Reese directly.
Of all her remarks, the harshest shot landed on Courtney Vandersloot. Despite Vandersloot being sidelined with an ACL injury, Reese brushed her off as too old for the Sky's future. That stung. Vandersloot isn't just any player. She's a champion, a veteran floor general, one of the best the league has ever seen. Dismissing her doesn't just insult Vandersloot, it alienates the vets who know she's earned every ounce of respect.
We can't rely on Courtney to come back at that age that she's at, Reese said. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. Courtney Vandersloot, by the way, 2-time WNBA champion, 5-time All-Star, 2-time All-WNBA first team, left the New York Liberty, a championship caliber team, to come help out the Chicago.
Here's the kicker. The Chicago front office had already bent over backwards for Reese. They traded Sonia Citron, who's in the Rookie of the Year hunt and already an all-star, to snag Ariel Atkins. That move was meant to give Reese the proven talent she demanded. Instead of gratitude, she acted like the roster and staff were never enough. You can't cry about the front office not trying when they gave up a potential franchise cornerstone just for you.
It is looking spooky in Chicago. Instead, Reese said she doesn't believe her teammates Rachel Berman or Haley Van Lith are capable of leading them to the leading the playoff team. Guard Ariel Atkins is another player on the Sky roster with WNBA championship experience. We are aware of it, Marsh stated. We are addressing it.
It would have been bad enough if Reese only targeted veterans. But she didn't stop there. Even young players like Haley Van Lith caught shade as if the whole team was too old, mid, or soft. Veterans felt insulted, younger players dismissed, and the locker room's glue became the enemy. Reese aimed for a rally. She turned the frustration back on herself.
We need great players, and I don't know what that will attract that. Maybe the practice facility will attract that. We'll see. But I think the priority is being able to convince free agents that this is an organization that is going in the right direction. I think, honestly, it would be a leap of faith for a great player to come here and show that this is something that they want to be a part of, and we can bring that championship mentality. A leap of faith to think that a great player would want to come to Chicago.
And looking at her on-court impact, it's easy to see why this power play backfired. If you put yourself above the roster, you better dominate. Instead, Reese was out of sync, clashing with the system she wanted to reshape. Her vision ended up exposing a harsh truth. The problem might not be the roster, it might be Reese herself. The sting? While demanding upgrades, she couldn't even do the basics, like holding on to the ball.
Hey, it's not all her fault. Her teammates stink. They gotta catch that, right? Right! Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby, put down the butter. Butter pecan! Hey! Time of the year's the best. You got pumpkin spice, football, and Angel Reese layups. Hey! Final play of the game, Angel Reese, clutch Gene! Womp, womp. That's my Barbie!
What if the player demanding a roster overhaul was the one holding the team back? That's Angel Reese. On paper, she posts 14 to 15 points and double-digit rebounds. Looks solid. But dig deeper, she's leading the WNBA in turnovers, even after missing weeks to injury. She played less than most stars, yet gave the ball away more than anyone. That's not dominance. That's careless basketball.
For you, 20% of the time, Angel Reese gets her shot blocked inside of 9 feet. And 100% of the time, she's doggy doo-doo. Burn! Give it to the lady in orange. Uh-oh, you're out. Simon didn't say. 101 turnovers in 26 games for our 2K cover. She's a stat stuffer. Burn! At least she always brings the boom. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bang!
Turnovers often happen when a player tries to force the action. But with Reese, it went deeper than mere hustle. Her miscues screamed impatience, sloppy decision-making, and a knack for melting under pressure. And if you thought that was all, think again. Discipline? Also a weak spot. Watching your supposed cornerstone constantly arguing with referees, losing her cool, and stacking technicals is a nightmare. Yet somehow, Reese blitzed past the limit, racking up her 8th technical foul of the season, an automatic 1-game suspension by league rules. The question now, is this a hiccup or a sign of something bigger brewing?
They just announced breaking news right now. We have a logo. That is the official Caitlin Clark Nike logo. And it's not just that. I mean, this is cool. Nike has just announced that a signature product line will be dropping soon, with signature shoes coming.
The basketball universe just witnessed the most glorious implosion in WNBA history, flavored like envy with a drizzle of desperation. Caitlin Clark unveiled her fresh Nike signature logo, and the uproar has been nothing short of legendary. The instant the double C hit cyberspace, fans erupted, lines wrapped around storefronts, and social feeds exploded into endless Clark mania. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is likely somewhere in Chicago, doom-scrolling with the exact panic reserved for that moment when you realize your rival just sprinted 5 laps ahead in the marathon for relevance. Nike didn't just hand Caitlin Clark a logo, they handed her a movement. The interlocking CC is now glowing in Times Square, plastered in ads, and breaking TikTok servers. Hoodies and tees are vanishing quicker than Beyoncé tickets. The resale game's already hiking prices like it's supreme on drop day. This isn't some basic merch drop. It's Clark staking her crown as the queen of basketball branding. And while Caitlin is busy rewriting the superstar blueprint, Angel Reese is probably Googling how to make people care about my Reebok sneakers, like it's a last-minute open book exam.
You don't get told no. Like, you're going to get the yeses. You're going to get more yeses than nos, and just being able to know that. So I'm excited for that. I know that's going to come soon.
Nike launched Clark's new era with the kind of reverence usually saved for global icons. The logo isn't just clean, it's layered. 2 interlocking C's with a hidden third, symbolizing her bond with fans, her unshakable confidence, and her infinite range. That quiet genius is why Nike runs the empire while Reebok begs for scraps. And Clark isn't just scoring a logo, she's landing a full collection. Premium fits, lifestyle gear, the whole spread. October 1st is circled worldwide, Because this drop isn't just sportswear, it's a ticket into Caitlin Clark's unstoppable ascent.
It looks really unique, I think it's very creative for Caitlin Clark to come up with something like this. And I just enjoy all of it, it's like aura.
We love it! It's simple, yet it speaks a lot. I love it so much.
I'm a big fan of it. Simplicity is the best. I like the design. Nike always does great with design, so I'm a huge fan of the logo.
It looks really cool. I was really excited to see it last night, and it looks like we're going to get shirts with it on it, so that's pretty exciting too.
I like it. I like how it incorporates the CC.
I love it. Double C's. Let's go, Caitlin!
The numbers behind it are brutal for anyone thinking they could keep pace. Her $28 million 8-year Nike deal isn't just the biggest in women's hoops. It's a proclamation. It shouts, "This game belongs to Caitlin. Every single drop vanishes like gold dust." Jerseys don't just sell out, they nuke websites. Fans camp overnight, spamming refresh like it's oxygen just to snag anything with Clark's name. This isn't commerce, it's hysteria. And right now, Reese is stuck on the sidelines, wondering why her Reebok rollout feels more like a clearance bin special.
I've been telling y'all to stay patient. I've been telling y'all that Nike takes their time, that Asia Wilson's shoe deal was 2 years in the making, that Paige Beckers had PEs, not her own signature shoe, and that Caitlin Clark's was 100% coming. And people kept saying, oh, Nike fumbled the bag with Caitlin. It has to get out there. Nike fumbled the bag. No, they didn't. It takes time. She's got to develop a whole freaking product line.
Angel Reese thought she'd struck gold when she signed with Reebok. Shaquille O'Neal himself vouched for her, hyping a signature shoe and casting her as the face of their basketball revival. But then Caitlin Clark reminded the world what real star power looks like. Reese pictured herself as a trailblazer, but instead, she's facing the brutal reality. A Reebok press release doesn't hit like being Nike's chosen one. Clark unveils a logo and the internet implodes. Reese drops a sneaker launch and most folks scroll by like it's a coupon for discount tires.
Angel Reese first signature shoe is set to release. It's set to release. Now, it's not a bad shoe. It's not a bad shoe. This is my only problem with it. The colorway. I just feel like they could have had a little more fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially being that it's for the All-Star game. Why do a basic white shoe? Man, you could have did so much more to make this shoe pop. And y'all just nah, we just gonna do a regular white shoe.
The receipts are savage. Caitlin Clark's jerseys rank second in all of basketball. Let me repeat, all of basketball. She's outselling LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Anthony Edwards. Her draft day jersey, fastest selling in any sport, wiped out in under an hour. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's merch is so forgettable, you could probably stroll in today and find racks still collecting dust. No frenzy, no resale hustle, no stampede, just a cold reminder that hype without substance doesn't sell.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that.
Nike calls Clark's logo a mirror of her limitless range, and it fits. She's not just stretching defenses, she's stretching the boundaries of women's basketball both commercially and culturally. She's rewriting the entire script of superstardom. Every glance at those interlocking C's isn't just branding, it's authority. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is out here pushing an AR Halo logo that sounds more like downloadable content than cultural impact. Sweetie, if your brand needs a halo, it's probably because your career's flatlining and you're banking on divine intervention to keep the pulse going.
Caitlin Clark is simply the talk of the internet today. Her and Taylor Swift broke the damn internet. Yes, bro. And for all the people that was hitting me up about Caitlin Clark's signature logo, somebody said it looked like Chanel. I said it looked like Gucci. But whatever it is a luxury sports brand. I can't think of very many luxury sports brands. Guys, do you I'm a fashion guy. And I understand what Nike is doing. Nike is trying to get into the luxury brand style.
Clark's global pull makes this a nightmare for Reese. Nike isn't just marketing Caitlin Clark to American fans. They're exporting her stardom to Europe, Asia, South America. Her logo is already international currency. Kids in Madrid, Tokyo, and Rio are lining up for her gear because greatness needs no translation. That's why Nike drops her a $28 million bag. She's not just a league star, she's a worldwide phenomenon. Angel Reese, meanwhile, is still struggling to convince folks in her own city that her sneakers are worth caring about.
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA. Additionally, for you, this is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
And here's the truth. Reese's jealousy isn't even subtle anymore. Every time Clark levels up, Reese tries to wedge herself into the discourse with a side-eye quip or some half-hearted dismissal. She dodges Clark's name like it's Voldemort, as if silence could somehow dim her glow. But fans aren't fools. They catch the envy, they catch the clipped sound bites, and they know Reese is gagging on the fact that she'll never command the spotlight the way Caitlin Clark does with a single logo drop.
She seeks that attention, right? And another thing is, it's obvious she's jealous of Caitlin. Every interview, every tweet, everything is about Caitlin. I haven't yet to see Caitlin even respond to her yet. Have y'all? No. So when you asking me like, yo, I get it, everybody's watching women's basketball now, who's the real reason? Well, yes, you are right. Reese has a small amount of that, right? But the other real credit goes to Caitlin. Not just because what she's doing outside the court and she's waving her hand and all that. It's because she's giving buckets in basketball, right? And she looks like Steph Curry. And that's simple.
The business stakes here aren't just high, they're seismic. Nike betting on Caitlin Clark is already paying dividends in ways that probably have Reebok execs staring at boardroom ceilings questioning every career move. Clark's merch doesn't just sell, it ignites cultural moments. She rocks her new logo pants to practice, and it's headline news. Her All-Star jerseys drop in July 2024, gone in 15 minutes flat. That's not ordinary retail. That's event-level marketing. The kind of phenomenon no brand can buy with money alone.
She has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's. Yeah. She was wearing this outfit, this arrangement into the Chicago Sky game. Of course, the Indiana Fever, I would like to say beat the brakes off the Sky, but really it felt like they underachieved a good bit.
Sophie Cunningham threw on an Arby's tee and accidentally nuked the WNBA news cycle. One slogan, one shirt, 800,000 sales. Bam! Curly fries are now beating courtside seats. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is somewhere silently fuming, wondering why her jersey isn't flying off shelves. What started as a joke just exposed the WNBA's real issue. One woman's raw, goofy charm dunked on the league's entire branding playbook. Sophie didn't wear the moment. She was the moment.
Sophie Cunningham's t-shirt became a marketing phenomenon. Sophie Cunningham currently plays for the Indiana Fever and has now become one of the most recognizable WNBA players. In her Barbie night, she pulled up wearing a shirt that said "Hot Girls Eat Arby's," and the internet lost it. But here's the real backstory. A few months earlier, Sophie posted a video rating Arby's. And that video was just her being authentic in herself. And that puppy went viral.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and give Arby's a solid 9 out of 10.
And following this, the phrase "Hot Girls Eat Arby's" started flying around. And it turns out that Arby's has been saying this since 2023.
The WNBA traded hoops for heat. Stats out, side eyes in. Drama's the new game, and Sophie Cunningham just lit it up. No dunk, just an Arby's tee, no filter, and all fries. Forget PR spins. She deep-fried the script and served it hotter than any buzzer beater.
We know somebody that has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back, if I'm being quite honest.
She's not running plays, she's dropping truth bombs. No filters, no sparkle, just Sophie, curly fries, and chaos. While Angel Reese chases clout, Sophie's selling 800,000 shirts and torching the league's branding playbook. No gimmicks, just realness, and it's unstoppable.
Let's talk about Arby's. She is now on the Arby's payroll. Decided that it was a match made in roast beef heaven. Hot girls eat Arby's. No knock on Arby's, Sophie, but if you give Arby's 9 out of 10, I'll take you to Racks. I'll buy you some Racks, and I think you will find that hot girls probably eat Racks. Arby's has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. Sophie Cunningham, who took to her social media to discuss how much she enjoyed a trip that she made to Arby's.
Sophie Cunningham blew into the W like a gust of truth. Enough to shake the gloss right off. No staged hugs, no TikTok dances, no curated clicks. She's off-brand, off-script, and exactly what fans were secretly waiting for.
Sophie Cunningham has broken the internet in multiple ways over the last day. All right, the other day, before the Chicago Sky game, this Barbie, and let's be real, let's be honest. If you were going to cast somebody as Barbie, there's a good chance you'd take a long, hard look at Sophie Cunningham.
That's why people can't look away. In a league neck deep in performance art, Sophie just shows up. No wigs, no filter factory, no branding meetings, just hoops, honesty, and one strangely iconic Arby's shirt. Turns out, fans might actually want athletes who act like athletes. Shocking, right? What a concept.
Let's get it! Burn! Lack of awareness combined with a lack of ability to jump. Not great. Burn!
Me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow, me bow.
Yeah! Again! Do it for me. Me bow! Burn!
Caitlin Clark shook the W without playing nice. Aaliyah Boston crushes hype with facts. They don't chase clout, they are clout. And that's scary. Fans want real, but the league keeps choosing trends over toughness, slogans over skills. That gap, it's costing way more than clicks.
700,000 followers overnight. I don't know if you guys knew, she had like 300 or something less than 48 hours ago. Insane. The enforcer has arrived. And she even posted like twice since then, bro. She's totally taken it to a whole new level. Like, Caitlin Clark has a new star. This is like a new star in the WNBA. People ain't gonna like it. People aren't gonna like it. Trace Leches, you know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Lexi Hull, which, by the way, kind of was obsessed with her before she even came along.
The W's starting to look less like a league and more like a beauty pageant in sneakers. Points? Nah, it's all about selfies, subtweets, and whose nails sparkle courtside. And in the chaos, the real hoopers, the grinders, the pros, the ones who let the game talk, are getting completely drowned out.
So Caitlin Clark's teammate Sophie Cunningham's jersey has officially sold out on the Fever website. And this comes the same week as the chippy foul that led to some ejections at the end of the game. It was a bit of a revenge foul taken up for Caitlin Clark after a hard foul on the other end. And then immediately a petition online from the Caitlin Clark haters to have Sophie Cunningham removed from the WNBA. They're trying to get folks to sign it. They said what she displayed tonight was disgusting. Yeah, it was a hard foul, but now it has the Caitlin Clark fans rallying around her, buying up her jerseys to the point they've officially sold out. Fortunately for this petition, I think they just turned Sophie Cunningham into a new WNBA A-list superstar.
That's why Sophie's moment hit like a buzzer beater. It was real versus rehearsed. No character, no glam squad, just a tee, a smirk, and a whole vibe. And suddenly, you could hear the panic from players whose whole brand is attitude without stats. Sophie proved fans chase real faster than polished PR, and the visibility matters crowd awfully quiet when the spotlight didn't stick to their script.
And one thing I like about Sophie is that she's tough. So when Caitlin Clark last week, or not last week, a couple days ago, when Caitlin Clark got destroyed, her girl Sophie came to her defense, and this was the most beast mode thing that I've seen a woman do in WNBA history. Now, Sophie, who's my one of my favorites now, she's become one of my favorite WNBA players. I'm gonna watch her too, like I watch Caitlin. Look at what she did, and people may not say that this was in response or whatever the case may be, but I feel like Sophie is like, you want to play?
Sophie Cunningham is chaos with a jump shot and no off switch, but it's bigger than her. Fans aren't craving influencers in sneakers. They want the gritty, real ones. Sophie rose on hustle, honesty, and a splash of weird, not PR spin, and that's a problem for anyone who bet on fake.
To the arena yesterday, wearing that, there she is right there. Let's just bring this up. Over at Tater Report, there she is right there. Hot girls eat Arby's. I can only imagine, and I have no idea. I would assume this is some kind of sponsorship with Arby's, right? Right there. I don't know. The roast beef sandwich jokes just sort of write themselves at this point. And just like that, I want a cheddar melt.
A $12 Arby's tea. That's all it took. No campaign, no collab, just Sophie, a smile, and fan love that PR budgets can't buy. The game didn't change in a boardroom. It changed because real beats rehearsed. Sophie's selling 100,000 more while Angel Reese watches her merch collect dust.
New strategy, team. Angel, keep doing your part. Everyone else, go rebound her misses. If she keeps missing layups at this rate, she's gonna be serving buttermilk pancakes at Denny's. Butter? Did somebody say butter? Butter pecan! Burn! At a certain point, you just got to applaud greatness. A rebound on her back? Are you kidding? Bang! Simon says, give me another pray-up. How about it? Bang! She really hit under the basket on a layup. Get this girl GPS. Bang! Everybody get up on your feet. It's time to meet and greet the most underpaid athlete. Bang!
Let's be real, this wasn't luck. Sophie didn't just randomly go viral in an Arby's tea. This was strategy in disguise. While half the league was busy TikToking and subtweeting, Sophie was out here playing 4D chess with curly fries and charm. No stunts, no faux vulnerability, just a slow burn that blew up. Now the playbook's flipped, and some players are scrambling because the old tricks just aren't cutting it anymore.
All of you all that are going to go home and write a biography on how wrong this is, you guys can kick rocks. What's up, fam? Candace Parker here. I'm going to do a tier ranking of WNBA players. I'm going to try. Then you got Angel Reese. I put her right at that C level.
Candace Parker ranked Angel Reese as a C-tier player, sparking outrage from Reese's fans. Despite the backlash, Parker stood by her decision, backing it with stats that challenge Reese's impact. While Reese racks up double-doubles, her team keeps losing. Parker pointed out that these stats don't translate to wins, calling them empty numbers and exposing what she claims is a major overhype.
How many times have I said Angel Reese is not an impact player? I mean, she definitely has an impact on losing, but Angel Reese has absolutely no effect on winning. If you don't believe me, go ask Teresa Weatherspoon, or ask her current head coach Tyler Marsh, who will soon be joining Teresa in the food stamp line, hoping to get enough Ethiopian breadcrumbs to make it through the winter. Or ask Candace Parker.
Candace Parker, a 2-time MVP and 7-time All-Star, ranked Angel Reese in the C tier, alongside injured rookie Cameron Brink. The internet exploded as fans expected Reese to be treated like a rising star, not a work in progress.
I think in terms of being above, you have to be able to have the ability to carry a team, be a 1 or 2 option. I think Angel Reese is fantastic at her role, which is offensive rebounding. She showed and demonstrated so much growth in that first year. I think that this is my tier.
Parker explained Reese's C tier ranking bluntly. She's a role player, not a team leader. While praising her rebounding, Parker said Reese isn't a top scoring option. Meanwhile, Aja Wilson, Nafisa Collier, and Brianna Stewart made S tier, with Caitlin Clark in A, leaving Reese among players still proving themselves.
Asia Wilson, reigning MVP, couple Defense Player of the Years, 2 championships. If there was something higher than S, I would definitely put her up there. But Nafisa Collier, she's up there with top tier with Asia. Just her ability to play on both sides of the ball, pump fake, she's going to make you choose wrong. I know you guys are going to say I'm biased because I'm putting all 4s at the S, but the 4s run the league. Don't ever forget that. Brianna Stewart, the versatility, reigning champion from last year. She's got 3 of them things. I don't think there's any debate with that.
Reese's fans erupted online, accusing Parker of being a hater and demanding answers. Shocked by Reese's low ranking, they saw it as pure disrespect. But Parker stayed calm, appearing on the Good Follow podcast to clarify. She said, "There's no hate on Angel Reese. I love her," stressing that her critique was strictly about basketball skills and leadership, not personal.
This is where it gets tricky. Caitlin Clark is at an A level. I think in time she's going to raise up to that S, but in order to put her at that level, you got to have a couple more years. So I'll put Kelsey Plum at the A level. 2-time champ, now took on the challenge to be #1 option in LA. I would say KP is definitely in that tier. I would love to put Sabrina Ionescu in that A range. She got that elusive championship. She's one of the best shooters in the WNBA, if not the best shooter in the WNBA.
Parker's critique carries weight because of her unmatched credentials. She's not just another analyst. She's a proven champion with elite basketball IQ. Her rankings showed she values players who elevate teams, not just rack up stats. Caitlin Clark's tier spot reflected that, as her play has transformed the Fever's offense and shown real leadership.
Uh-oh, Candace Parker. You've upset the Reese's Pieces, and they're not happy about it. They're gonna be coming after you any second. Oh, they're already coming after you. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Candace Parker asked to put certain players in a tier list. You have the S tier, you have the A tier, you have the B tier, and you have the C tier. And where Candace Parker put Angel Reese on this list and her explanation about it, it has upset a large number of the Reese's Pieces delegation.
Analysts quickly backed Parker's take, pointing out what many fans overlooked. Stats don't always equal impact. The big question became, what does a legend like Parker see in Reese's game that others miss? Her ranking was rooted in fundamentals, not bias, drawing a clear line between role players and true franchise leaders.
Chicago Sky, y'all stink, bro. Y'all, look, there's trash and then there's trash. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the Stud Buds. Everybody watches the Stud Buds. Shout out to Courtney Williams and Tisha Heiderman, man. Listen, Stud Buds stood on business today. Nafisa Collier stood on business today. They destroyed the Chicago Sky.
The Minnesota Lynx game was a turning point. Angel Reese had 9 turnovers, exposing flaws insiders had warned about. It wasn't just a rough night. It revealed the weaknesses her double-double stats had been hiding.
This is from last night's game. Angel Reese was back to doing Angel Reese things. Blowing layups, getting her own rebounds. They've turned her into a point forward. She had 9 turnovers last night. I think her plus minus was minus 19. But all we keep hearing about, she now has 2 double-double streaks of more than 10 games or 10 games plus. She had one last year. Now she has one this year. She's the first WNBA player to ever do this.
Early on, the Sky were holding their own against Minnesota. But then, Reese's decisions unraveled. She forced risky passes instead of taking easier options. And the turnovers stacked up. Under light pressure, her basketball IQ seemed to collapse.
Angel Reese, part 53, let's get it! We love pray-ups. I heard she wanted to dye her hair, and the stylist said, what color you want? And she said, butter pecan! She gets blocked by defenders who don't even bother jumping. Me bound. One more time. She almost had a triple-double. One more turnover and she would have had it. 9 turnovers is crazy, so it's a no-look poop pass. Oh no!
What made it worse were the turnovers themselves, unforced and sloppy. Passes flew over teammates' heads, travels from bad footwork, and basic ball handling errors. The Lynx didn't need elite defense. Reese was giving the ball away.
She got the brakes beaten off of her. She had 9 turnovers and was just an awful. If you watch the game, she was awful.
Coaches began using the Lynx game as a blueprint, targeting Reese with pressure to force turnovers. It worked. Teams designed plays to exploit her weakness. The 9 turnover game wasn't a fluke, but part of a season-long trend. Strong rebounding paired with costly mistakes. Reese's ball security issues were helping sink the Sky in winnable games.
Does anyone know how that party rock song goes? Every day I'm shuffling. Do, 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 do. Burn! I know it's construction season and all, but who called in the bulldozer? Burn! And it was this play right here when 2K realized, yup, that's our cover athlete. 2K, more like 75K. Pay her more. Burn! Watching her play got me fiending football. Said, oh no, it's picked off again. Burn! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Settle down. You're going too fast. You're going too fast. Hey, I got an order here. It says a hip check. Burn!
The real issue? Chicago's coaches ignored the warning signs, brushing off Reese's turnovers as growing pains while praising her double-doubles. But the losses piled up, and the 9 turnover game proved her stats weren't helping the team win. Grabbing rebounds means little if you constantly give the ball away. The Sky lost by 23, and it raised a tough question. Would fewer minutes for Reese actually help the team?
Angel Reese is the double-double queen. They got the brakes beat off of them last night by the Minnesota Lynx. Angel Reese's double-double, I think 11 points, 11 rebounds, was meaningless and insignificant.
The numbers don't lie. Chicago wins more when Reese plays under 30 minutes. This trend shatters the media narrative about her value. With less of her on the floor, the Sky move the ball better, teammates find rhythm, and the team plays like a unit instead of revolving around one player's rebound chase.
Through nearly 2 seasons in the WNBA, the only thing Angel Reese has proven is she can't win games. Angel Reese is not an impact player. She's not someone you can rely on to carry a team to a championship. The Chicago Bravado, they cannot rely on Angel Reese to secure off-season access to the Golden Toilet. Hell, she can't even get them to the playoffs. Angel Reese does not help your team win, and this is no longer just my opinion. Candace Parker feels the same way.
The data flat out contradicts the media's claims about Reese's importance. Despite the hype around her double-doubles, the Sky do better when she plays less. In games where her minutes were limited, the team rallied, ball movement improved, players stepped up, and Chicago looked sharper and more competitive against strong opponents.